Hi, this is Jared from the group It's 5 o'clock somewhere. The title of the research article we'll be sharing with you today is Evaluation of Congruence Among Dietary Supplement Use and Motivation for Supplementation in Young Canadian Athletes. In recent years, sports have become increasingly more competitive, so in order to set higher performance goals, athletes have turned to the use of supplements and other means of supporting growth. In a study, about 78% of young athletes believed that nutritional supplementation was not necessary for their performance, but among that same group, 48% of them also admitted that they were taking the supplements. Many of these athletes were Canadian, and the reason that the researchers interviewed mostly Canadians was because of the more lenient rules and regulations set on certain supplements in Canada compared to the US. The main focus of the study was to determine the reasons for the athletes taking the supplements and if they matched the actual benefits or not. We'll talk about this more in the methods section. Thank you.
What's up, Ken 301? My name's Dan, and I'm here with It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I was given the honor of dissecting the methods section of our article that talks about motivational sources for supplement use amongst young athletes. So, methods section, boring, I know. Bear with me, right? 567 participants were required to maintain at least 5 hours of activity in the sport that they played. So, 567 with 5 hours. They were subcategorized into age groups, gender, and intensity of the sport at which they played. All of these participants were interviewed in a Q&A manner, face-to-face like. We did it face-to-face as opposed to pen and paper because we're dealing with young participants, so we wanted to eliminate any confusion. The 4 questions that all participants were asked were, do you know which supplements you're taking? Do you know why you're taking the supplements you're taking? How often do you take these supplements? And what reasons are behind you taking these supplements? They were allowed to answer with 4 levels of certainty. I'm not sure was the least certain. We'll use this one for example. I'm not sure which supplements I take. Range to somewhat sure, fairly sure, and I'm exactly sure which supplements I take. So you get the picture, 567, 5 hours, subcategories, face-to-face, Q&A with levels of certainty. Statistical analysis was then done on all this. So intake was either categorized as yes or no. We're not looking at how much or how effective, a simple in or out of the body. Using statistical analysis on all this, we were able to, or not we, but the article was able to determine a congruency between supplement use and self-reported rationale amongst these different subcategories. So we'll talk about that in the discussion section, but that's the gist of our methods. Good luck on that test.
Hey guys, the results of these studies shows that 43% of those between the ages of 11 to 13 years are claiming they knew the purpose of all their supplements they are taking as compared to 60% to those in the age group of 19 to 25. Moving on to supplement choices and health-related reasons, 81% of athletes participating in the study reported at least one health-related reasons for supplementation usage. Participants taking vitamin and mineral supplements, health-related reasons for taking them were associated with improving their diets and staying healthy. Similarly to those who consume recovery drinks, sports or protein bars, protein powders, and glutamate were also interested in improving their diets and supporting their immune system. Continuing on with the results that were found in the studies, 81% of athletes reported performance reason as a rationale for supplementation. Vitamin supplements were associated with all performance reasons with the exception of recovery. Strongest association were found in vitamin B and vitamin E. Protein powders, BCAA, and glutamate were strongly linked to performance reasons for supplementation. Energy drinks were affiliated with muscle mass or strength, endurance, increased energy, and recovery, but not overall athletic performance. Sports or electrolyte drinks, sports or protein bars, and recovery drinks were associated with all performance reasons with the exception of increased energy. There was also a notable difference within the age group in choosing the supplements to take. Between the age group 11 to 13 years old, they were least likely to choose supplementation for performance reasons at 73% as compared to 94% from the age group 19 to 25 years old. In this finding, it also presents that males has a higher use of supplements for performance reasons at 87% as compared to female at 76%. Also, level of competition did not influence supplement usage for performance-related reasons, with all groups at approximately 80%. Reasons for supplementation under the purview of others included because others, families or friends or teammates do, and someone told them to.
From this research, what we can take away is that we need to provide more educational programs backed by people like registered dietitians and sporting and nutritional associations to give these students a better understanding of what supplements they can take and why they should take certain supplements. Because while a lot of these young athletes did know what they were taking, a lot more of these young athletes did not know what they were taking or did not have enough evidence to take these supplementations. While these programs would definitely benefit these young athletes, further studies are definitely needed to test the effectiveness of these programs.